50 Berkeley Square, the most haunted house in London. Introduction. Nestled in the heart of London's posh Mayfair district stands a seemingly elegant townhouse, bearing the address 50 Berkeley Square. From the outside, it's a beautiful Georgian home, unassuming and well-preserved, a picture of quiet sophistication. But beneath its refined facade lies a legend steeped in terror, whispered across centuries. This house has not only chilled the bones of those brave or foolish enough to step inside, but has also claimed lives. A sinister room on the top floor is said to house an entity so terrifying that death has come swiftly to those who encountered it. So grim are the stories that even seasoned investigators tread carefully around this haunted dwelling. Chapter 1. A glimpse into history. To understand the mystery of 50 Berkeley Square, we need to delve into its past. Constructed in the late 18th century, this townhouse was initially no different from its neighbors, a stylish address for London's elite. It was a place of dinner parties, afternoon tea, and the hum of carriages passing by. But in the 1850s, the atmosphere of the house began to change. It was around this time that Thomas Myers, a reclusive aristocrat, moved in. Little is known about Myers' early life, but his descent into madness is the cornerstone of the legend. After being left at the altar by his Myers reportedly became a recluse. Heartbroken and humiliated, he retreated to the upper floor of the house, particularly a single room, and rarely ventured out. Neighbors began to talk. Strange noises echoed from the top floor, footsteps pacing, low groans, and the occasional shriek in the dead of night. Lights would flicker on and off. Those passing by on the street sometimes caught glimpses of a gaunt, pale face staring out from behind the curtains. Some said it wasn't Myers at all, but something else entirely. Eventually, Myers died alone in that same room, and that's when things took a darker turn. Chapter 2. The Room of Dread. The top floor room, now infamous, became the focal point of all activity. Servants refused to enter it. Subsequent tenants kept it locked, but despite their efforts, stories of terrifying encounters continued to circulate. People spoke of a shapeless, dark figure slithering across the floor or hanging from the ceiling like a grotesque spider. Some described it as a mist, others as a monstrous form with piercing eyes. One common theme remained: to see it was to court madness or worse. The lore surrounding this room only grew as new tenants and visitors had encounters of their own. One man claimed he was thrown across the room by invisible hands. Another, staying overnight on a dare, was found dead the next morning, his face contorted in a mask of pure terror. Chapter 3. The Curious Case of Lord Lyttelton. In 1872, the house drew the attention of a young aristocrat, Lord Lyttelton, a man of intellect, privilege, and skepticism. He had heard the stories and dismissed them as superstition. So, he did what any skeptic with a touch of arrogance might do. He'd spent a night in the haunted room, armed with a shotgun. According to accounts, he stayed awake into the early hours of the morning, then something or someone appeared. What exactly he saw has never been clearly recorded, but a single gunshot echoed through the house, and Lyttelton was found the next morning with the gun discharged and the room in disarray. He survived but left the house visibly shaken and refused to speak in detail about what transpired. He merely said, "There are things in this world we are not meant to understand." Chapter 4. A Sailor's Final Night. Perhaps the most tragic tale tied to 50 Berkeley Square is that of a young sailor from HMS Penelope. In 1887, two sailors seeking lodging for the night found their way to the now largely abandoned house. Only the caretaker lived there and offered them use of the downstairs room. But one of the sailors, brimming with bravado, insisted on sleeping in the room. His friend, unsettled by the idea, stayed on the lower floor. During the night, he was awakened by blood-curdling screams from above. By the time he and the caretaker reached the room, they found the sailor dead, his body twisted unnaturally, eyes wide open in sheer horror. There were no signs of a struggle, no physical wounds, no rational explanation. He had died of fright.
Chapter 5. Ghosts or something worse. What truly haunts 50 Berkeley Square? Over the years, theories have multiplied. Some believe the spirit of Thomas Myers still roams the top floor, driven mad by heartbreak and isolation. Others suggest something far darker, a non-human entity, perhaps even a demonic force. There have been reports of children's cries, phantom footsteps, and even cold spots that chill to the bone. Psychics who visited claimed the energy within the house is violent and predatory. Some have described feeling watched or followed after leaving the premises. And then there is the chilling suggestion that the entity isn't a ghost at all but a manifestation of fear itself, a sentient presence that feeds on trauma and terror. Chapter 6. The house today. For years, the top floor of 50 Berkeley Square was kept closed to the public. The house itself passed through various hands bookshops, office spaces, private owners, but no one ever stayed for long. Today, the building still stands, quiet and dignified, as if trying to hide its haunted past. But ask the locals, or those who've worked nearby, and they'll tell you, something is still there, Lights flicker without explanation. Strange noises echo after dark. And that top-floor room, still locked as it has been for decades. Tour guides often include the house in ghost walks through London, warning travelers to never knock on the door and certainly never ask to go upstairs. Chapter 7. A legend that refuses to die. The mystery of 50 Berkeley Square persists not because of hard evidence, but because of its unshakable grip on the imagination. It represents something primal, our fear of the unknown, of what lies behind closed doors. The house has become a symbol, a warning, and for some, an irresistible invitation. So next time you find yourself wandering the elegant streets of Mayfair, pause at number 50. Look up at the top window. Perhaps you'll see the curtain twitch. Perhaps you'll feel a chill on your neck. And if you ever think of stepping inside, remember what happened to those who did. Outro. Some haunted houses offer thrills, others offer stories. But 50 Berkeley Square offers neither comfort nor closure. Its history is stitched with sorrow, its walls echo with secrets, and its legend lives on. So the next time someone tells you ghosts aren't real, take them for a walk down Berkeley Square. Just don't go up the stairs.